another video on my 83 Goldwing. Like pretty much a total go through here this winter, so I could be ready for bike riding here next month or two. Kind of warming up right now, but there's no way I could be riding. It's too cold out still. But I got the rear wheel off here. That pulled apart and that pulled apart. That was a lot of fun trying to get this rear wheel assembly out of here, especially with this right here on here. Fortunately, I didn't have to pull the fenders off or anything because I was able to get it up in the air the way I wanted it to with that little beauty right there. So I pulled everything apart. Got that. I got some PB blaster going on right now with this, because this right here should be able to just pull right out. Those are just studs under here. And that assembly should pull out, but unfortunately it's being a little aggressive with me, so put some like I said, that PB blaster under there. Gonna let it sit for a while. And that leads me to this. The tail end of this bike. This is the business end, more or less. But wow, what a cleanup job. I was on this last night, working on this. I tell you what, it was a mess. That was fun trying to get that all cleaned up with the previous grease that was on there, or in there, around that. And one thing you want to watch out for when you do get these cleaned up is you want to make sure these aren't all chewed up and bit up and everything. Because if it is, it's a sign that somebody put some cheap grease in there. Because you really do need some special heavy-duty paste. And actually, that paste is right here. I don't know if you can see it. That's the stuff I use. It's got all the goodies in there. It's a moly paste, 70%. In fact, this is up better than the original stuff Honda wanted you to use, which they no longer make. So that's the next best thing, if not better. And then you got this. Make sure these teeth on here were not chewed up or torn up. And again, I've been lucky on here. These cleaned up really nice. Now I will say there's an O-ring right here. It's, if you go to order one of these, it's not the reference numbers are backwards. What you need to do is go on the blow up segment of a Honda parts, site, and look for the let's see, what do they call that? The oh shoot, I forget. But anyway, this O-ring here is kind of a mess. Really no pressure on it. I think pretty much all it does is just creates grease and what have you from traveling in the wrong direction. That's my thought. I've never had one of these apart, so all I know is I'm cleaning this up, and I'll be putting it back together shortly. But until I do, like I said, I gotta peel that apart. And my first instinct is to get a screwdriver and pry against this edge here, and you don't want to do that. You want to be able to pull this out without having to tear up that rim area, because that does protect the insides there from dust and dirt and crap, even though it's still kind of built up a little bit in there. But anyway, as far as I can tell, those look good. The teeth right there. So when I get that apart, I'm gonna clean that up really good like I did with this in a nice diesel fuel bath. Get it all cleaned up. But anyway, yeah, this O-ring, look on the swing arm section there where they, you know, they blow up the parts list. And this is actually part number 21, not 36. That'll, for some reason, they mismarked that. So you want the one off the, showing off the swing arm blow up reference. Part 21, or reference number 21. And yeah, you'll definitely see a difference in the size of these O-rings. Why they screwed that up, I don't know. But anyway, that's as far as I got on this. And I'll be getting back on it in here shortly. So until then, I guess I'm going to cut this one. Alright, a little update. Got that PB blaster in there. And like I said, that's where those individual studs went. That star piece that was right there, that pulls right out. It's supposed to. And mine was a little stubborn. So that PB blaster in there kind of sunk into those right there, those open holes there. I put a little bit of heat around them. I got a big old screwdriver. Hang on a minute. Like so. And I know you're not supposed to do this because this messes with these curves, but I was able to work it like that, and bam, thing popped right loose. So that's a little idea for you. Either it's gonna come right out, or it's gonna fight you like that. But anyway, I've got this stuff right here, and I've got for about 20 minutes and see what happens there. But yeah, I got that part off. Whew, I was worried about that. Well, anyway, there we go, a little update. We got this. Okay, just pulled this out of the ultrasonic cleaner. 20-minute ride, and look at that, that thing was absolutely packed in grease all the way down into the blinds. Absolutely dirty. That's shiny because that's just the paint, and that's the stuff I used. And yeah, 20 minutes in this bad boy right here, and then just dried it off with a nice little rag, and I'm good to go. Start putting this stuff back together now. Anyway, another little piece of the puzzle.